playing football in college, did you ever think you were going to become a fighter?
No.
And are you really confident?
I always have to be. We're here to win. We're here to win, so.
What kind of tactics do you think you're going to try?
You're going to have to wait and see. We're not.
Secret?
Yeah, secret.
You usually don't reveal your secrets before the fight.
I'm not usually saying too much.
He's very tough, and plus he has like more than 20, like he has like 40 pounds heavier than me, you know what I mean? He's gonna be a challenger for me, you know.
What are your future goals?
I wanna keep fighting for a couple more years, and I'm gonna start doing acting class and trying to go movies and trying to go movies and trying to go movies.
What kind of actor are you going to be? Are you going to use your physique and become like an Arnold Schwarzenegger or a Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, of course, that's going to be the first main thing, but I want to improve and trying to get in different angles of acting, you know what I mean? Maybe comedian, maybe comedian, maybe comedian. My favorite, she's Sandra Bullock, and the other one is, Cameron Diaz, nice. Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Oh, maybe Julia Roberts is watching right now. What kind of movie do you want to star in?
Romance.
They're explaining the rules right now.
Okay, now, in this particular match, because there is a weight disparity of over 10 kilos, which is 22 pounds or more, Vitor has the option, being the lighter fighter, to allow or not allow knees and kicks on the ground. He has chosen to not allow the technique of the kneeing and the kicking on the ground, being the lighter fighter. That is the option that he was given by the Pride rules and by the Doctors of Pride, for the safety of the fighters. Okay, this fight, you know that Vitor is going to probably want to punch, because Heath Herring, coming from the wrestling background, it's going to be very hard to take down.
I know, but we've seen Vitor take some people down. Also lightning fast. His hands are fast, but he's a dynamic person. Everything is real powerful with him. So his takedowns are good. His takedown defense is pretty good.
I don't know if we've seen him take down a really good wrestler, though.
Yeah, you're right at that.
He might have taken down Gilbert Ivel, but Gilbert is mainly a kickboxer. Heath coming straight out and throwing the right roundhouse kick, and Vitor grabbing that leg. This looks like shades of Gilbert Ivel. Heath threw a real hard kick, and Heath on the bottom.
He's going to set something up, but I don't think... Vitor, I mean, he's a black belt, jiu-jitsu, and I think it's going to be very difficult to submit him. But you never know. It's early in the fight. They're not sweating. You have a lot of grip.
Now, Heath is locking up the hands there because he doesn't want Vitor to start raining down punches, because there's one right hand, because the punches of Vitor, even from the guard, can do damage.
Oh, yeah, he showed that before.
When he fought Gilbert, he lumped him up pretty good, winning a decision, and that was June of the year 2000 in Pride 9, the New Blood show. Vitor Belfort did beat Gilbert Ivel. Now, Heath looks like he's going for a leg. No. What's he going for?
He's trying to get out and get up now.
Well, because there's no knees on the ground, he doesn't have to worry about his positions here.
Oh, and he's got his leg locked. Oh, now it's reversed. It's going front choke, but I don't know. I can't see from here if the arm is under. Yes.
And he pops out. Now, you don't want to have Heath Herring on top of you, even in your guard, because Heath can hurt you. Now, there are no knees here. Heath could have probably thrown the knee to the tailbone, but he can't do it now because of the rule changes for the safety of the fighters. Vitor tying up that right arm of Heath. Heath trying a crossface there. Heath doing some good movement to get out from the bottom, boss.
He did really good. I mean, he caught his leg with the arm. He grabbed the arm from Vitor, which took away one more point to get to put out in order to turn him.
Now look at, he's trying to pass the guard there, and he gets side mount.
What?
If this would have been under regular rules, he would have finished the fight with the knees and possibly the key lock. But nonetheless, Heath has accepted these rules, and now he's going to get the back of Vitor Belfort. Now, Heath Herring can choke people out because he's choked out Tom Erickson, one of the most feared fighters in all of mixed martial arts, from the same position. But Heath has got to be careful not to throw that knee.
Oh, he can throw the knee, but he can't
To the
throw
body.
to the body.
Right, that's right. You're absolutely right.
Like you said with the choke, I mean, Vitor is not Tom Erickson. He has a little, let's say, a lot more experience on the ground with submissions. He's pounding away here, trying to hurt him.
Yeah, but Vitor is basically in the like a turtle position here, thinking he can't be hurt, but we're going to see, because Heath can dig that uppercut as he just did. It's going to be hard for Heath, I think, to sink the hooks in with Vitor.
Yes, it's not going to happen. I think when he's going to choke him, that will be a huge upset.
What Heath needs to do is take a page from the playbook of Igor Vovchanchin and pull Vitor up and start hitting him to the side of the head, same way Igor did with Mark Kerr in Pride 12. And he's using that Igor punch. Vitor keeps tapping the back of his head, but Heath is not hitting him on the back of the head. He's hitting him around the side on the ear. That's a Vovchanchin punch, so he is using a little bit of Igor in this fight.
Igor's holding on the left hand from Heath, because otherwise he can create some real distance and real punching power. That's a smart move.
Yeah, Vitor is. But Vitor's got to do more than just hold here. He's got to get busy, because Heath is piling up points. There's the palm strike.
I think he's waiting till the referee's going to put it up, because it doesn't look like he can do a lot from this position.
Now, Heath has the option not only to punch the body, but if he punched Vitor enough on the upper arm, it would take away his punching.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. You know what?
Because a big guy like that?
Oh, yeah. And you hit the tricep,
Exactly.
you keep hitting it.
If you hit that tricep over and over again, because it's right there for him to hit.
It's the same as you would start kneeing now the thighs of Vitor. That would be damage, would do damage too.
Or knee the tricep himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people don't realize, there was a boxer in the early days of boxing, a legend, Rocky Marciano, used to come out there and brawl enough, and he hit the guy on the arm so many times. Now he's hitting him to the leg there. He would hit the guy on the arm so many times, eventually the guy's arms would drop. Now Vitor is a puncher. We know he can do a little bit of jiu-jitsu. He choked out Bobby Southwood in the last Pride. Now Vitor pulling guard. A very quick spot move there by Vitor Belfort, but we'll see if it's to his advantage.
We saw a double palm strike hook by Heath, a kind of like Sakuraba strike move. In that moment, Vitor used to switch and go to this position, which he probably is more comfortable in.
I really want to see this fight back in standing again, because I think we're going to see something interesting. We want to see Vitor punch a little bit, but I want to see Heath uncork another one of those kicks. It was the kicks of Heath Herring that hurt Tom Erickson, of which set up the choke.
Yep. A high kick to the head.
And that was
knee.
Exactly. Because Tom Erickson ducked into it. What would have been a kick ended up being a knee to the head. It's a lot of weight coming down onto Vitor's neck. There's a good knee there to the tailbone by Heath Herring.
And that's going to hurt too. It's like a low kick. You will get a kind of spasm on your leg muscle, and it will hurt more further in the fight, especially when they stand up again.
Well, Heath has used a lot of the right punch so far. It'd be interesting, and here we go, start to uncork that left.
It's like he's hearing you.
Yeah, we are also part of the Psychic Fighters Hotline.
There we go again, EMC. Yeah, left I like more on the ground, because that's where the liver of your opponent is, and that's what hurts more. Beautiful turn. Beautiful. This is the turn that I told you about with Valentine and
Heath can't turn his back. He can't turn his back on Vitor. He's got to be careful here.
No, he's going to pull out.
Nice. Now stand up. Stand up there. What a beautiful escape there. Now, Vitor did a great move, but it wasn't enough to win the round because Heath is in control here.
He can't kick. Oh, to the legs he can. To the legs he can.
Yeah, he can kick to the leg of the body, but he wants him to stand up. You know why? Because he's going to probably throw a big bomb right here. He likes that big, big kick. He might go to the body. Oh, yeah. And Vitor, oh, nice front kick there.
Very nice.
It looked like it caught Vitor on the collarbone.
With the shin.
But Vitor doesn't have a takedown here. Heath has got Vitor in side control, upside down, and there he's getting the arm around the neck. Oh, he's going for the choke, folks. He's going for the choke, and that's a strong man on your back, even though he doesn't have the hooks in. That's a lot. He gave it up. Didn't want to waste the energy.
Which is a very smart thing to do, because a lot of people make that mistake. They go for it, they keep going.
Yeah, that's what Pele did against Matsui.
Yeah.
Pele kept going for that arm bar, but
He's going again.
he's going for the choke now.
Got a beautiful reverse there.
Now, right here, Vitor wished that they had knees to the head.
Yep.
But he can't, you know, what goes around comes around. He can't use the same rule.
He showed some very beautiful, good reversals today. But then again, he reversed that again, so...
Well, it's definitely been a Heath Herring round. I mean, Vitor got a takedown early on, but Heath did some good work and got the top position in the guard. Vitor been a little more patient here.
Somebody's bleeding. Oh yeah, Vitor is bleeding, his nose is bleeding.
Okay, Heath standing up and getting Vitor down in Vitor's guard. Vitor trapping the left hand. Looks like we're going to see that left hand, boss. And Vitor trying to scoot around. Looks like Vitor might be going for another turnaround. A little slow down in the action here, folks.
Yeah, because it's logic, you know. That 3 minutes ago he made a little mistake, and Vitor right away switched him. He turned him, so.
But then he countered too, and he gave it back to Vitor, but he got right out and stood back up, and he wanted to stand back up, so he dictated the way the fight was going.
1 minute left.
1 minute left.
This has been a very technical fight until now.
Both fighters being patient, but Heath being the busier man with strikes, for sure.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good the round comes to an end so we can see a stand-up fight again.
And
after 1 minute.
He's got Vitor in the turtle position again, but cannot capitalize with the lower body strikes, at least to the head. But he can punch to the head and palm strike to the head as he just did. And that slap to the ear, boss, that's going to sting.
Oh, yeah, it's going to sting too. And cauliflower ear, ever heard about that?
Yeah, I read about it.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, sometimes you hear it on the radio too. I think that he should throw left knees now to the body of Vitor.
But he knows that there are 2 more 5-minute rounds, possibly. Both men did not expend their entire toolbox of energy or technique in that round. But I would have to say that Heath controlled the fight for the most part.
Yep, I think so too.
Vitor did some interesting things. He got a takedown early on. He got a real good reversal, but he didn't capitalize with even coming close to a submission hold or with any significant strikes at all. And here we are, Heath chopping away to the rib cage with that right hand, and Vitor flipping him over, getting the mounted position, which in the early days of mixed martial arts was a great position. Then Heath stacking up, giving his back, and you know, sweat is a factor here, boss, and he flips him over, stands back up.
Yeah, also power, weight. Also, he just stood up. He's incredibly strong. The weight difference, everything combined. There we go. Look how he's just gonna stand up. Let me see. Okay, get out there.
And buck him off. And Vitor didn't even try to keep the position. He knew, why waste the energy? This may come down to stamina.
Yeah, and stamina, I have to say, Heath is in very good shape. He's doing the same rounds that I used to do in when I was training in the same dojo, and you better believe that he does 9 rounds of 3 minutes on the Thai pads, which is pretty much the toughest training you can have. So I think if it comes down to stamina,
Well, there's his corner man, Core Hammers. No stranger to you, that gentleman.
Oh, no.
Talking to him, motivating him.
but Vitor looks real relaxed.
Relaxation is one of the keys to keeping your stamina intact, because tension is the enemy of stamina.
Let's go, your turn, let's go.
Truly an interesting fight so far. The bigger man versus the smaller man. Bigger man with the kicks and the smaller man with the punches. Both men decent grapplers from different backgrounds. Belfort, the jiu-jitsu stylist, in the white trunks, and Heath Herring in the black trunks with the colorful hairdo from the wrestling background. Expect a kick, folks.
Yeah, very hard knee.
That was a good knee. Vitor took the shot, though. Vitor, now Heath has got to really get his, he's going to give away a takedown here.
He's smiling at his corner like he's saying, no, 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 he's not going to take me down, you see?
But Vitor's quick with explosive movement. Vitor doesn't want to waste a lot of energy taking big Heath Herring down because it might come out in the wash later. He's trying to spin him into the wrestling match, and
Wow.
there it is.
Yep. Surprise, surprise. No, not surprised. Like you said, he's so explosive.
It's his explosive speed, and he's strong, too. And he's going for the same takedown. He'd hang onto the ropes. Doesn't want to get a warning here. That is not legal in Pride, and he's going to get a warning. But that warning will mean a restart out of the clinch.
Okay, so that's okay then for him, but not for Vitor, because he had his legs again. It was a good position for him.
I don't think Heath wants to play that game. If he does, he wants to drop his weight and sprawl back. He doesn't want to give takedowns to Vitor, because I believe standing, Vitor does not want to engage with him. Vitor wants this fight on the ground. There's another low kick, and Vitor shoots in. Heath sprawls back.
This is the game that Heath has to play. Punch, kick, get out.
I believe Heath should punch, then kick. Right now, he's throwing the kicks without a setup.
Yeah, it's true.
Good right to the body by Heath Herring. And Heath Herring looks like he might give it a... Oh, Heath
He's
almost
got
get...
a front choke. He's got the front choke. No, it's not on it. It's not on it.
No, but he's got top control, and he's almost got the mount on Vitor. If he gets the mount on Vitor, Vitor's going to be in trouble. Vitor has shown good jiu-jitsu on the ground defensively so far.
Oh, yes. And reversals.
I believe if Heath gets the mount, but now Vitor got the guard now.
Yeah, it's a very smart thing to do. I mean, you don't want to have a guy like Heath on you in mount.
Yeah, and he's got the base so wide now, it's going to be very hard for Vitor to sweep him with the leg coming under the thigh and flipping him over. Do you think that Heath wants to even spend any time on a neck crank here?
No, I think it would be useless against a guy like Vitor. I mean, he has too much knowledge on the ground. He's going to skip his hips away, and it's not going to work. I think, like, really stress him what he's doing now. You know, he put a hand on his mouth.
I think Heath at this point should just explode with a three-punch combination to the head, just pop, 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 and then come back.
Yeah, you know what? It's dangerous. I saw. Oh, okay, he's let it go. I thought that he was going to go for a hammerlock, which is not a smart thing to do from this position, because then he can be turned. Yeah, I wonder who his hairdresser is, huh?
I believe we have to assume that his hairdresser is from the planet Earth, but it's a very unworldly hairstyle. I've never seen this hairstyle before.
Must be from armbar.
Vitor going for an armbar, but giving it up, and Heath trying to pass the guard.
Yeah, both very known, a lot of knowledge on the ground, so that's why it's going to be difficult for each of them to submit the other one.
He's
This is a
standing
very
up.
smart move to do.
Absolutely. Because every time Heath is apart here, he can land that big shot. But he's sort of telegraphing it. He's trying for a takedown here. And he gets the takedown against Vitor, but Vitor just gives it up. Just pulling into looks like a butterfly guard here, a very loose butterfly guard.
No, let's see what he's going to do now. Get two hands under, so there's no triangle, no nothing. Doesn't have to be afraid.
Well, you know that both these guys are taking each other very seriously.
Have to.
Both men in pretty much everybody's top 10. Vitor considered to be light heavyweight, which is 205 pounds or 200 pounds and below. Heath Herring being a heavyweight, which is above 205 pounds. But nonetheless, sometimes when you've got a lot of talent like Vitor Belfort does, he will accept a challenge of like a Heath Herring. Heath ducking under that punch and getting another takedown.
We've got about 30 seconds left into the second round, 5-minute round that is. And you see how the skills are close together, and it's very difficult then to submit somebody. They're both heavyweights, yeah, okay. Vitor's lighter, but I mean the more heavier than all the other fights you've seen. So stamina also plays a big factor right now.
Yes, it does.
I think he should explode a little bit now, especially because he had the the yellow card.
Yeah. Well, he got some takedowns in that round. Wasn't real busy with the strikes. Vitor tried a few strikes, but didn't land anything. I would have to say Heath won that round.
Yeah, I think so too, but with the yellow card, maybe they're going to do it, make it a draw. So to play safe, just take the third round. It's for Heath to win, and of course, Vitor has to throw a bomb and see if he can KO Heath.
This surprisingly has not featured a lot of stand-up striking. Heath has landed the more significant shots standing up with the kicks. Vitor has really not landed a single shot standing up.
And it's so strange because we've seen Vitor like this in the last 3-4 fights now. He's not punching anymore. On the ground he is, but not standing up anymore. And he's such an excellent boxer.
Well, he came out early in his career, and it was right around 1996 and 97 where he exploded. He won a UFC championship title. He did it by stopping Trey Telligman, Scott Ferozzo, then he beat Tank Abbott. Then he suffered his first loss in the hands of one of the legends of the UFC, Randy Couture. But he was a puncher back then. He was a boxer. After he lost to Sakuraba on a decision of which he was dominated, could not knock Sakuraba out, he pretty much abandoned his boxing.
Yeah, it's strange.
It became like an old-style jiu-jitsu thing. That also happened simultaneously while many people left the tutelage of Carlson Gracie and they formed the Brazilian top team.
Yeah, and everybody from the top team are all ground fighters. Maybe that's a big factor too here.
Yeah, because I think pretty much all those guys we saw, Carlos Ferreira when he fought Gilbert Ivo, pretty much not even try to stand up when they're just taken down and turn it into a jiu-jitsu fight.
Now, here we go. Last round.
Now, both guys have got to know they've got to make a statement in this round. The fight could be up for grabs right now because of the weight differential, and that could affect the scoring. Heath has not hurt Vitor. Almost did with a couple of kicks and knees as Vitor shot him for the takedown. Heath pressing forward. Throwing, good low kick. That was a hard shot.
And you should do it again. Same thing. Attack the legs. Go with the kicks. Punch kicks.
Oh, beautiful high kick by Heath Herring. Vitor took the shot. Vitor in the side mount. What a shot, boss.
He can take a punch. That was a hard kick.
You don't want to have Heath Herring kicking you in the face like that.
Oh, we saw what happened before with Tom Erickson. That was a hard kick.
Heath has got to get back on his feet.
Yeah, he needs that. And he's going to now.
He's got to just stand back up, get back up. Heath trying to spin Vitor off. Heath can't make a mistake here. I wouldn't turn the back. Now he's going to go for, looks like he might be trying for a Sakuraba move, but he doesn't have the position right now.
And he's going to go, and now he's going to twist.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if he won with a wrist lock?
Yeah, he has to watch out for the choke.
Yes, he does. He's got to get his back away from Vitor because, I mean, he's got good defense.
You see Vitor bleeding, and we don't know where it is. It was a right kick, huh?
Yeah, it was a right kick.
I don't know where it comes from.
But Vitor took that shot. Now,
he didn't flinch.
He didn't flinch. He didn't even buckle him. But it did cut him, apparently. Heath has got that arm. Now, Heath has got to be careful in this position. Yeah, it's a nice move.
Going like for a leg lock.
Going for a knee bar here, boss.
Yep, if he can.
He doesn't have position, though, and he's going to have to get guard here. Vitor trying to get busy with the punches. Nice roll there by Heath. Well, this third round has been a lot more exciting than the first two.
Oh yeah. They're on top now, so that's a good thing too.
Heath has to really be careful to keep now. Vitor has got one hook in. He's got to be careful. He's got to get out and get into the front position.
And now he's got
the guard now, but he's got to stay face to face with Vitor. Don't want to even give him the chance. Vitor won his last fight with a rear naked choke, but Heath defended well. Got face to face. If Vitor opens up his guard, I think Heath should get busy with some punches and stand back up.
That's what I think so too.
If Vitor lets go of that right arm of Heath, Heath should just throw short punches. Don't even wind up trying to hurt him. Just box his ears a little bit.
He can pull it. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do for him right now.
Just throw, like, move his fist 3 inches away from his head, just until Vitor has to deal with it. Possibly opens the guard up, stand back up, trying for another high kick. Because you just don't want to give away the round on the ground like this. I think he really needs to get back on his feet. If this fight be close, he needs to land another one of those big kicks.
Yep. Otherwise, this can cost him the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight to score. The 10-kilo weight difference has its pros and cons. Some people feel that if a fighter takes a fight, that he should fight under the same rules as all the other fighters on the same event.
That's what I was thinking. And if the other guy is too heavy, well, then just don't take the fight.
Because if you handicap fights, then really what you should do is just have people fight in the same weight division.
Yeah.
In the olden days, 1993 till about 1995, there was a rumor going around that weight didn't matter. Now, it doesn't matter if your opponent has no skill. But if you have equal skill, the old adage of the big good man will always beat the good little man, always applies.
Of course. Now it doesn't work anymore. Exactly like you said. Heath has gone to work now. Get out the punch, because we got like about 50 seconds left into the round. Into the fight, actually.
The fight is nearing its end, folks. It's been mainly a ground fight. A little bit of ground and pound action from Heath to the body. Heath landing a really, really excellent low kick and high kick early in this round. Vitor trying for a choke, didn't get it. Heath reversed. Heath on top in the guard. Belfort seems to be running out of options. He needs to really do something.
Yeah, what can you do in about 15 seconds? I mean, there's not a lot to do there, right there.
No, sweat is such a factor, fatigue. You've got this big 245-pound guy on top of you that's defended easily against every move. And there's the end of the round. I don't know, I got to go with Heath Herring on this one.
I think so too. The last round will be equal, and the first two rounds will vote for Heath. But I don't know, the 10-kilo factor, is that going to play, is it going to make a difference? No, we just have to wait and see, I guess.
We have to wait and see. Fortunately, we don't have draws anymore. Pride used to have overtime rounds and draws, but now you got 3 rounds to establish who the winner is, and then we go to the judges, and that is that. And people have to just accept the fact. It was a close fight. Not a real barn burner like some of the other fights on this card.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to have a fight like that if you get all the action from the preliminary fights, from the fights before. Sorry for the language, I just said it wrong, of course. I'm from Holland.
Well, you know, a lot of fighters here come in, and both these gentlemen are reaching peaks in their careers. They're both in their early 20s, Heath being 23, Vitor being 24. They both have established championships. They both won tournaments. Heath Herring won a Vale Tudo tournament in South America. Vitor won the UFC. They both respect each other. You can't really go out and be a house on fire against a guy who's really good technically and who could take you out with a punch or a submission. Yeah. So they did what they had to do. We'll see if that was good enough for either guy to win.
Listen, in the first round, it was exciting. There were a lot of turns, twists, there was fighting, there were kicking, it was punching.
And there was a slowdown in the second round, but the third round picked back up with the big kicks of Heath Herring, but then they got back into a tie-up on the ground, but Heath ended up on top and was a little busier with the strikes.
Yeah, now let's see what the judges have to say. They're calling them right now to the center of the ring.
Judge 西、ビクトー。Judge 小林、ビクトー。Judge マト、ビクトー。よって、
Vitor Belfort has defeated Heath Herring.